Hey everyone, how you doing? If you are new here, I'm Nicol Concilio and welcome to the video, y'all. So, I just got in the mail in PR the new Maybelline foundation, and there's a lot of claims about this foundation, and I really wanted to test it out. So, this is what it looks like. It is called Dream Urban Cover, and it is full coverage protective makeup with SPF 50 in it, and it's supposed to be lightweight. And it's supposed to be like borderline skincare, makeup-y kind of situation. And it's formulated with antioxidants to help protect the skin from environmental aggressors, aka smog. If you live in Los Angeles, you know what smog is. It's disgusting. You can never see the hills. We need a good rainstorm to clear it all out. But yeah, I kind of just wanted to sit down, test this out. I've been telling you guys for months now that I want to try to do more drugstore products and drugstore reviews for you guys and testing things out. And yeah, I figure let's turn this into like a wear test. We'll do check-ins. I'll take you guys with me. I don't really have too much going on today. Just kind of like relaxing, cleaning up around the house and stuff. And yeah, I'm not really sure what shade I am. I'm thinking this one's soft tan since I have self-tanner on right now. Oh, I'm really tired. Oh, sorry guys. I'm so exhausted. Mentally and physically. So I'm going to be priming my skin first. I don't know anything about this. Like, I didn't receive any information card or anything about this foundation. So I'm going to be, like, this is truly a first impressions. And I'm just going to apply this all over. Especially in this area, this is where I genuinely need it the most. I really need to do some type of hydrating situation. This is the Murad Nutrient Water Gel Cream. Love a good Murad skincare. And you guys, my nails are almost all off except for these two, so I cut them down. I'm really sorry. I know it looks so ratchet. I know it's disgusting. Okay, I'm sorry. I almost lost my entire thumbnail trying to take them off, and I was like, you know what, F it. I'll just cut them down, and you guys will have to deal with it. I'm so excited to have my acrylics off. I feel like a real human again. And then to prime, I'm gonna be using the Rainforest of the Sea from Tarte. This is called Quench. This is a great summer primer. It's very hydrating, very like sticky too, like so your foundation will stick to it and all that jazz. My anxiety is so bad today. I'm like shaking. All right, so let's do a little research. So I'm going to Maybelline's Instagram. They don't really say what kind of coverage it is, but I know it's out now and it is $10.99. So we'll see like what kind of finish rather, not coverage. I know it's full coverage. All right, so in this, you get 1 fluid ounce, which is like typical for a foundation. Ooh, it's got like a precision tip. So you don't even really need to put it like on the back of your hand or anything. I'm not really sure anything about this product. So I'm going to be wetting my beauty blender and blending it out right away because I don't know if it's going to be difficult to blend out. I don't know if it's going to be hard. I don't know how much makeup I really need to cover everything. Yeah, so I would say, actually, you know what? I'm going to zoom you guys on in so you can get a better look at everything. But I would say, like, you definitely need, yeah, it feels very watery. So regardless of the, like in a good way, like very light. So regardless of the fact that it says that it is full coverage, you definitely you can add a little bit more than what you would with a true full coverage foundation. Just literally getting that by putting that on my cheek. But let me zoom you guys on in so you can get a better look at everything and we can really dive into this foundation. All right, so I'm gonna just do like a little bit more in this area, like what I normally would do for foundation because I have been wearing more like lightweight coverage formulas. So I would say that a second layer is definitely gonna help for sure. Oh yeah, I would say it's full coverage with like 2 layers or like just a shit ton of product, you know? But otherwise, this does feel like it's a good match. So the shade that I'm using is 228 Soft Tan. I'm not completely sure about the entire shade range. I'm definitely gonna look that up after I have this all applied and situated and stuff. And here it is blending out the first layer on the other cheek. Yeah, I would definitely say like it needs a second layer for sure if you truly want full coverage. Because like you can kind of see through the cracks a bit here. You know what I mean? Always remember the ears. Don't forget those. So let's just do like a little bit of a second layer situation. That should be more than enough. Yep, so just keep in mind that like you definitely are gonna need 2 layers to get your full coverage desires. And then let me get up here. You know what's funny? I don't actually think my forehead needs a second layer. I mean, I'm gonna do it regardless, but I don't really feel like it needs a second layer on my forehead. That's weird. That's so random. I'm gonna do it anyway, just so that like, to really ensure that everything is even. It feels very hydrating, I will say that. Like, I don't feel like I have foundation on my face. It just feels like I have a little cream that I'm blending in, just like right off the bat. And you know, of course, we'll see how it looks with the rest of my makeup and how it wears throughout the day and all that jazz. But this so far is promising with the second layer. My brow highlight is a little bit too much today. I used too light of a shade. Overall, I do feel like this shade is good for me because it's like matches the rest of my body. I'm very tan right now and have self-tanner on. And I do feel like I was able to get full coverage with that second coat. I do feel like it evened out my skin tone pretty nicely. But I want to see how the rest of my makeup wears on top of it and like, you know, mixing other products and stuff like that with it. But overall, I do feel like it looks pretty good. I'm pretty happy with the way that it looks. And I'm not too mad about having to do like a second layer. When it is like a protective makeup, kind of like more skincare related foundation, which I believe this is what's being advertised, you do kind of want to do always a second layer. Like it's very comparable to, I don't have it on my desk, shit, the Tarte Concealer, because it's a similar formula. And this is also kind of like a skincare foundation. And this, I personally feel like the way that I'm reading about it and the way that it's being advertised, I do feel like it's more of a skincare foundation type of thing. If that makes sense. I hope that makes sense. But yeah, let's see how the rest of my makeup pairs with it. I'm going to go in with the Fenty Beauty Concealer in the shade 190 and just kind of go in and conceal this bitch. I got a little cheek filler recently and I have a little bruise there, so don't mind that. Add a little contour. This is the Marc Jacobs stick and I'm using shade 49. I'm gonna add some of this up here too. And eventually I'll get my cheeks, but this does tend to dry pretty fast. So I don't wanna put it down and then have my cheeks be the last thing I blended out. Girl, we'll have a line permanently there. For me, it's kind of like, I can tell if a foundation is good by the way it blends with makeup that I know works for my skin and my face in general. So like I'm making sure to use all products that I know is already good and works for me. So this will be a really good test to see how it wears up with products that I know are good, you know? I'm gonna have to use a deeper concealer now that like the summer months are here because I feel like this is really, really white. Okay, you guys, so this is what it looks like with everything blended out. And now I'm going to set the makeup, see how it looks underneath powder. And I'm gonna be using the Cover FX translucent powder. I really like this powder. It's pretty great actually and doesn't have talc, so I like that. I'm gonna go in and blend out any creasing that may have formed and just tap right on in there. And the idea for this is like I'm just gonna set anywhere where we're gonna put more additional powder and stuff like that. Get my smile lines because a bitch is animated. Just all this jazz, just this entire jazzy area we are gonna get. Okay, I'm gonna wipe away this excess powder and kind of like just blend it into the skin. Okay, I feel like so far so good, you know? I'm like trying to examine. All right, let's add some powder. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm sorry, I know that this is like bougie, but again, I'm just using products that I know work for me so that way I can like test out this foundation. So I'm gonna be using the Marc Jacobs Tantastic and I'm gonna be doing this to just kind of like contour and powder everything. Get this girl ready for a wear test. I'm gonna add some bronzer, some Fenty Beauty bronzer. This is in the shade Island Ting. And I really like this bronzer. It has been my go-to since it came out. If you guys are looking for like a really nice bronzer and want to splurge a bit, I highly recommend it. Oh, I'm starting to get a migraine, you guys. I'm gonna power through this. Okay, so for highlighter, we're gonna be going in with the Anastasia Amrezy collection. Gonna be applying. So far, I feel like everything is really sitting beautifully. Like, I really like the way that everything is looking. The real test is gonna be the wear test. I'm gonna do some cream blush. Okay, so I'm just gonna add some mascara, and I'm gonna be using the Caviar Volume from Laura Mercier, and kind of give you guys one final look and go about my day and do some check-ins for y'all. But so far, it feels very lightweight, feels very velvety, feels almost like my natural skin. I'm pretty impressed with it, just like it being on my face for like 30 minutes. But, you know, we gonna test it out. We gonna put this bitch through the ringer. It's also really hot in the valley today, so I was thinking I would sit outside with the foundation. And it has SPF in it, so that's always good. Okay, you guys, so this is how my makeup looks currently. I think it looks very, very pretty. I'm very, like, surprised that I'm wearing a Maybelline foundation, you know what I mean? It looks really nice. So let's wear this throughout the day. We'll see how it goes. I'm gonna check in like 2 hours with you guys. I'm also gonna do some iPhone check-ins, and my last check-in will be here in the beauty room, so that way you can see how everything looks under the light. Love you guys. Okay, you guys, I have been wearing the foundation now for about 3 hours. I'm outside. I wanted to show you what it looks like in the sunlight. I can't really tell, Judy, but it looks pretty good so far. It feels really good. It feels like skin, which is like my biggest thing, especially for like a lightweight claim. It definitely does pass that test. It does feel very lightweight, but we'll see. I just finished eating, so I think it's holding up pretty good, but we shall see. You guys, I just woke up from a nap wearing the foundation. I just came into my beauty room. It still really looks good for like a $10 foundation. I'm shook. Like, it looks pretty good. Okay, Maybelline. Oh, and I forgot to tell you guys, it's been 6 hours since I've had the foundation on, so it's doing pretty good. And it held up in a nap, so there's that. You guys, I have been officially wearing this foundation for 8 hours. And I'm actually getting ready like to do a couple other things and I won't be able to film later. So I'm cutting this about 2 hours short. I wanted to do a 10-hour, but an 8-hour is just as good. And I feel like realistically and personally, I'm not usually wearing my makeup for more than 8 hours a day anyway. Like, there are the rare occasion where like, yeah, I'll need to do my makeup in the morning, and then by the time night comes, my makeup will still be on. But like, I normally just wear my makeup for, I would say, an average daily of like 5 hours. And this really held up amazing. Like, I am completely shocked at this $10.99 foundation. It's very velvety. I don't feel like it's too drying. I really like the way it looks. Like, I'm so impressed. You can barely see my pores. There are some foundations that definitely do cling on to my pores and make them a bit more visible. But this one, I barely see my pores. I feel like I'm wearing almost some type of a blur, or I don't know. I'm really, really impressed with this foundation, Maybelline. I see you, hunty. And I like it. I keep looking at myself like nothing budged. I even fell asleep with this makeup on. The only thing I had to reapply was my lipstick, honestly. Like, I'm very, very impressed. I highly recommend this, y'all. I'm impressed. And you know what? If anything, this does remind me a lot of the It Cosmetics kind of like CC cream situation, like very similar claims and all that. I would say this is a million times better than the It Cosmetics CC line and all that stuff, because honestly, I'm shook. This is $10.99. It barely looks like it budged off my face. My face looks so smooth. it lasted through a nap, like, hello. And it has SPF. So I'm really impressed. I'm really impressed, Maybelline. You guys did a great job. I highly recommend this foundation. And if anything, I feel like I'm definitely going to keep using it. I like the way it's looking. There's no like signs of a reaction coming or anything like that. Like, it's pretty good. I hope you guys enjoyed this little foundation wear test. Please consider subscribing if you like what you see. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye.